Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at JazzTime.com. Today I will be reviewing the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso Tribute Monoface Small Seconds in burgundy or red. I'll tell you a little bit about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on and give you my thoughts. So let's start. Well, with a little bit of overview, which is Jaeger-LeCoultre is a top brand, not the most top brand, but it's definitely up there. They make a lot of different models. Some of their most known models is in fact the Reverso, which is what you're looking at. In fact, it probably is their most recognizable collection of the rectangular watches that are out there. I would say that the Reverso, which is what you're looking at here, and the Tank Francais are probably the two most notable ones on the market. Well, I guess you might also consider Richard Mille, but that's in a totally different category. But as far as dress watches go, the Jaeger-LeCoultre Reverso and the Tank Francais are pretty much the top. And I'd actually say that the Reverso is a little bit better. Now, for Jaeger, they make many different models: the Reverso, the Polaris, the Rendezvous, the Ultra Thin, blah blah blah, etc. But again, their most famous dress watch is the Reverso, which is called the Reverso because you can actually turn one side to another, which the Tank cannot do. And then their Polaris is their most famous or their most desirable sports line. Actually, it's their only sports line. Okay, now so with that said, then let's start talking a little bit about this watch itself. Let's start with the case. That the important part about this case is that it is the size of it. They call it the small seconds. It does not mean that the watch is small. In fact, the dimensions are 45 millimeters going from top to bottom. That's not small. Not big either, but it's not small. And you'll see it when I try it on my wrist. 45 millimeters going top to bottom. It's a good size. I would say the largest is like on a normal large-sized watch, it would be like 50 millimeters. That's a large watch. So 45, it's quite a bit smaller, but it's meant to be like a dress watch, thin, beautiful, sleek, and it definitely does that. And now if you look at the 9 to 3 o'clock position dimension, that's 27 millimeters. Okay, so that's definitely quite thin. Yeah. So, and the thick, let's take a look here at the thickness. Now, they also managed to keep the thickness quite low, considering that it's using a automatic movement that also is in a rectangle. The movement, they managed to fit it all down into only 8.5 millimeters, which is very thin. And in a dress, usually dress watches are thin. They're not big and cumbersome like sports watches. You would actually think the other way around, right? Because sports watches need to be worn as sporty, so they need to be, thin. It's actually the other way around. The dress watches are the ones that are thin and sleek, whereas sports watches are usually the ones that are big and bulky. Strange enough, but it is. Okay, that's the case. And let's move on to the next section, which is the dial. And this is cool. This is one of the reasons why this watch is called the Reverso. And do you know why it's called? Actually, I heard this story. I'm not sure it's entirely true. They sort of discovered to make this like the Reverso because people were playing polo. Polo, the horse thing where you run around with a little stick, you hit the ball. Well, they would not like their watch to shatter, so they decided to make a watch that you could reverse, and then they call it the Reverso. So if you pull it out a little bit, you can actually turn it to the other side, and it will no longer have anything. It'll just have a flat back. It'll look just like a bracelet. Now you could do that if you're gonna, for example, wear this watch playing polo, right? And when you don't want to, when you want to see it again, you just simply turn it back. Pretty cool, right? All right. Well, it has since gone on to have many cool variations of the Reverso. The variation you're looking at here is burgundy. Now, burgundy, red, wine, all very similar. But what is special is that it's not really a very bright red. It's a dark, as the name implies, burgundy is a dark red. It's kind of like a wine red. It can also be you can almost look black in some ways under certain light, and it can still be, worn with pretty much all dark clothing. Pretty neat. And let's say it doesn't even match your clothing. What you could do is you could just turn the bracelet, the face the other direction. All right. So what else we can say about this dial is that it uses these nice sword hands on the hands, white gold indices. And you notice the indices are actually, I've noticed this on other watches such as the Patek Philippe. The new style to make the indices is with this pointed arrow, which actually I think is, most people don't notice it, but I have noticed it. It's a pretty cool way to present it. As opposed to just cutting the indice completely flat like a rectangle. They kind of point the indice like an arrow. Actually, it looks pretty cool. Okay, that is the dial. And also, by the way, the dial is a sunray finished brushed burgundy dial, as opposed to just a flat burgundy. Sunray means it kind of emanates from the center and goes out toward the edges. The hands, they actually call it a dauphine. I don't know what a dauphine is. Maybe you know, you could leave it in the comment section. But basically, it looks like a sword to me. Okay, let's move on now to the strap. The strap is burgundy to match the rest of the watch. It's interchangeable. It has a lug width of 20 millimeters. Not too much to say about the strap other than it matches the watch, so it looks really cool. But you can actually change the strap to whatever strap you want. That's the cool thing about watches with leather straps. So let's move on to the movement now. The movement, surprisingly, you know, you would wonder, like, how did they manage to fit all this stuff into such a small section, small watch? Normally, a watch with time only has at least high hundreds, almost 200 parts. If you look at Patek Philippe and so on, you rarely see watches that have, like, you know, like 100 parts. This watch actually only has 100 parts. And why is that? Well, first of all, it's a manual wind movement, which means you need to wind it every 2 days to make sure that the watch stays working. And why is that? Is, well, because adding a rotor would add several millimeters and add thickness to it, and that's no good. So Jaeger decided to do it as a manual wind movement so that the watch can remain thin, 8 millimeters, 8.5 millimeters. And also, it's not a very big space to put this movement. It's only 24, what did I say, 27 millimeters going left to right, 9 to 3. So they had to make some compromises, and they did it as a manual, which is not a bad thing though, because some people think, like, you know, when you manually wind this movement, you're getting in touch with the watch, you're feeling the gears of the watch, and you are the one who is powering it, which is not a bad thing. It's also nice to be closer to the watch, I would say. All right, now, okay, they also make this watch, by the way, in different colors. They make it in a green and a blue, so very nice. And the watch, of course, the case is made of stainless steel. All right, time to try this watch on my wrist. Now, I'm 200 pounds, 6 foot tall. I have a 7.5-inch wrist, and you can see, you know, it looks a little bit small on me, but not small in the sense that it would not look right. No, every bit looks right. This kind of watch is not meant to be a sports watch where it covers your wrist like, you know, some other watches. It's meant to be a very classic watch that can be worn with a suit or a dress watch, like a beautiful pair of black leather shoes. So in that sense, it definitely fulfills that regard. So I would say to you that, look, if you want to buy a watch, by the way, the retail price on this watch is $10,600. We're selling at Jazz Time for much less than that. So if you want to buy at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in Jazz Time, plus the brand, model, and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.